Yo, I'm so infuriated. I feel like every time I make these videos, I'm just infuriated. Like, I'm so mad about my looks and my height. I feel like all my problems stem off of this one simple thing, my appearance. And I know when I look good, I feel happy. You know, when I feel tall, I feel happy. So I know when I look bad, I don't feel happy. I feel horrible. And I hate this feeling of just like not being enough. And I know it's not like one of those things where it's like, oh, if you get this, you know, you might be more greedy, you might want more. No, I know what I want, and I know if I have it, I would be happy, I would be content. If I was really good looking, good hair, good skin, good teeth, you know, good smile, good height, you know, good build, I would be happy. I wouldn't be always just like sad and annoyed and triggered. I'm always mad. Not really. I really don't pay attention to these thoughts much. It's just when they do come out, it really hurts. Makes me think. Maybe I don't deserve, you know, being 6'5" or 6'6". Maybe I deserve to be average, 6'1", 6'2". Maybe I deserve to have a below average face. But like, this is my one life. I don't get a redo. I don't get another chance. This is my one life, and I don't want to live it average. I want to live it the best possible way I can. I don't ever want to live and say, I wish I was that, or I wish I had that, or I wish I was this. No, I want to have it. And I want to have an amazing life. Like, my life is just starting. 18. You know, I just turned 18 a couple months ago. My life is just starting. This is where freedoms and opportunities happen. And I always picture myself, when I'm 17, I'm gonna look like David Labe. No, when I'm 16, I'm gonna look like David Labe. Has anybody ever seen those photos of David Labe when he was 16? And dude, when I saw that when I was 12, 13, 14, going to the gym, I was like, man, when I'm 16, I'm gonna be jacked. When I'm 17, I'm gonna be yoinked. Okay, when I'm 18, and then I got hit with cancer, and I've been battling that for a year. Lost my straight hair. I got black curls now that I'm not. Hopefully it turns out to be, but maybe it grow out and then I'll dye it. Well, I don't know. I just feel like I'm in setback, and now I don't even know if I'm done with cancer, so I might even have to go back on chemo again. That's just gonna start the whole process. Like, every time I feel like I'm doing something good, like I went to the gym today. Okay, back workout. I had a crazy back workout. You know, I look good. And then in the back of my mind, it's just like, bro, if I have to do chemo again, I'm literally going to lose all this progress. I'm going to have to sit in my room for another 8 months, you know, doing nothing. Literally doing nothing. You literally go, I have to fly to another country to go do chemo and fly back. It's tiring. And the worst part about being sick, it's not even the sick part. It's the part where you have to wear a hat because you're bald. And you have to wear a mask not to get infections. And everybody there, you feel like everyone's eyes is looking straight at you. Like, everyone is watching you. You're wearing a hat, but I feel like everybody can see right through it. Everyone can see from these little sides that you're bald. And you're wearing a mask. They know you're sick, like you're an infection, like a flu. And I hate that. I hate the appearance of being sick. If I had cancer and I had my hair and I had good skin, I wouldn't care about having cancer. I'll go do chemo tomorrow. Obviously, the chemo was horrible. It hurt. You know, it was sucked being in that bed for 3 days. I'm literally lying there 3 days. They're pumping me with chemicals. I smell like shit, bro, and I can't even eat. I don't even feel like eating. I'm throwing up. But I would do that so easily. I don't care. Okay, if it gets rid of cancer, okay, boom. Like I'm tough enough to do that. But it's the fact that I have to walk around for a year and a half of just looking sick and stupid, and it hurts so much. Like, why me? Why did I do to deserve this? Maybe I'm not the best person. Maybe I'm not the kindest person, the most loving person. Yeah, I sin. Yeah, I do wrong occasionally, but I repent and I ask for forgiveness. But I'm not the worst person. I know people worse than me. They don't get this type of... I don't like to think it's a punishment because I don't like speaking this way. Because I'm a pretty religious person, and I don't like to think as God is ever doing something that's non-intentional. You know, he does something for a reason. Maybe this was for a reason. Because when I started, I remember I used to pray every single day, oh God, make me taller. When I was like 16, I was 5'9", and I was saying, God, make me taller, please, I'll do anything to be taller, I'll be anything to be taller. And then at 5'9", everyone's saying, oh, you know, you reach your final height. At 16, you reach your final height. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna be 5'9". Like my brother's 6'4", 6'5". I always thought I was gonna reach that height. Like my max is 5'9", and then I reached a 5'10", 5'11". I was like, great, you know. No, actually no. What am I saying? I'm looking around because I feel like people are watching me. I'm not even realizing what I'm saying. I was not happy. I was still very mad that I was 5'10", 5'11". I was like, I need to be 6'3", 6'4", you know. And then I had cancer for those months. It's like, oh my goodness, I stopped growing. They're giving me medicine, cortisol. I'm searching up what it does on ChatGPT. It's like, yeah, this stunts your height, this stunts your height, you know, but you'll be fine. You'll catch up afterwards, after you're done the chemo. Yo, that triggered me so much whenever I read that. It's like, oh yeah, cortisol could stunt your height, but you know, you have catch-up growth later. I'm like, yo, I need my growth now before my growth plate's closed. I need to be 6'5" now. And then I reached to like 6'2", and I remember I had this stretch for like 3 or 4 months where every day I would wake up and I would be taller. Like I'd measure myself every single day and I'd be taller. And I was putting on weight. I went from 60 kilograms, which is like 140 pounds to like 170, 180 pounds. And I was eating and I was growing, and I felt like I was on top of, I felt like I couldn't stop growing. I felt so amazing. And I would wake up every morning, my back would feel like so amazing, and I would measure myself. I'd be like a new centimeter every week or two, and I was like so happy, so ecstatic. And now it stopped. And now I'm like 6'2", 6'1". And when I say 6'2", 6'1", I hope you understand. It's not that I don't know my height. It's just 6'2" is in the morning and 6'1" is when I'm walking around. You know, like your back kind of compresses a bit. So that's why I say 6'2", 6'1". So I was like so ecstatic, and then I was still doing the chemo. And then I did the chemo for 6 months. My doctor said, okay, you gotta do the chemo for 6 months. And you know, I had stage 4. And they say you'll be fine. So I'm okay. 6 months. We'll get through it. And at the end of the 6 months, I did my scan, and they said you still have cancer. And then it comes to find out that the chemo my doctor was giving me was a really low dosage, and he was trying out something new. You know, it wasn't the actual standard practice that people would do for this certain type of cancer. So I have another scan coming up in like 2 weeks. It's hard because my doctor said, oh, the one who was giving me the thing, he was like, bro, I freaking hate that guy. He's like, yo, that chemo didn't work. Okay, we're gonna have to give you a stem cell treatment, like transplant. Bro, I do not want a stem cell transplant. I don't want to do this in the first place. I just want a mog. I just want to be tall and good looking. Like, I'm so tired of this, all of this. Man.